What's up, party people? Football. If you're an American, you know what I'm talking about. Sunday, watching a big game, watching Scary Terry getting you some TDs. Now, my favorite football team are the 49ers. Kyle Shanahan is bae. But one of the more recent teams I've started to fall in love with is the Washington football team. I don't know if you can see that. Alex Smith was on the 49ers for a bit, then just recently retired. Scary Terry and Antonio Gibson helping me out in fantasy, so I like these guys. Now, the football team's been in hot water for the past couple years because of their old team name. I will not be talking about the controversy just because not the guy to talk about it. So the football team is going through a name change right now, and the organization has released some potential new names, and they're very hit or miss. Some of their cooler names are like the Red Wolves, like that's pretty dope. And then they have like the Renegades, which is like a dope name, but like the XFL also has a team like that, and they're coming back, and I just sort of feel like they beat you to the punch on that one. And then there's the Griffins, which could be cool, but it all depends on the logo, I feel like. Because like I googled Griffins, and I got a lot of different results. I got a lot of Griffins like this, and then I got some like this, and then I got a ton like this. And then some of the bad names are like the Rising. Like, what is that even supposed to mean? Then you have the Rubies. Like, I'm sorry, is anyone afraid of playing the Rubies? No. Like, next week, oh, we're playing the Rubies, and the week after that, we're playing the Pesos. Like, whoa. Like, the Pilots, like, that's okay. It's just, like, pretty boring for what you could do. Then the Washington Presidents, like, that's not the vibe you want to give out for a football team, you know? What does your stadium look like if you're the presidents? What's the theming, you know? Like, do you have statues of all the different presidents throughout the years? And, like, if so, why? Or does the stadium look like the White House now? And then the Wayfarers? Like, is that a joke? Like, when I hear Wafers, I think of the furniture place, and that place sucks. One name I'm like iffy on is like the Washington Wild Hogs, because like, could I take a team seriously named the Wild Hogs? But on the other hand, be pretty dope memes, you know? Like, think about it. If Bills fans are rowdy, imagine what the Wild Hogs are gonna be like. But then I also get reminded of that like bad Tim Allen movie, and I'd rather not think about that. So some of these names are good, most aren't great, but I wanted to throw my hat in the rink and see if we could figure out a good hat in the rink. Is that the right thing? I don't know. Anyways, I want to see if we could figure out a better team name for the football team. So another criteria you need to have for a good football name, you gotta think about the puns, you know? Like the 49ers struck gold with their first round pick, or the Chargers have lost their spark and are now tanking, or the Jets are now refueling with their new head coach. So when we're talking about these names, we definitely gotta keep that in mind. Okay, first up we have the Washington Influencers. Nah, but could you imagine? Like, okay, first up we have the Washington Heroes. Think about it. Think about it. You could have all these different types of superhero characters like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I'm trying to keep it DC characters because, you know, Washington, DC. And then you could create a superhero mascot that like scores touchdowns and like sacks the other quarterback and stuff. Like, pretty cool, if you ask me. And then you don't have to keep it just at superheroes either. Like, heroes encompasses so much. Like, you could, you know, have the day for the troops, freaking nurses, teachers, all that jazz. And then your slogan could just be like, oh God. It's a little corny, you know, but you could have a slogan that says, like, not all heroes wear capes, you know? Like, that's how your aunt on Facebook likes it. You gotta be a pro, you gotta hit that 4 quadrant stuff. And think about the puns, just like, Scary Terry looking like the Flash out there with that speed, or the Eagles have found the hero's kryptonite. What does Ron Rivera have under his utility belt for this game? All I'm saying, puns are a big thing. For like teen game hype videos, you could put like the bat signal up over there, but it's like the Washington signal, you know? And then like all the GIFs, like you get Superman going like this opening, but it's the Washington symbol, Batman smacking Robin around. If you ask me, sounds like a pretty super idea. Okay, second idea for a new team name. Now, this next theme It's a bit out of this world. The Washington Aliens. You could just have like a super jacked alien as your mascot or something like that. Have E.T.'s brother there. It's like DC. I'm really trying to keep the DC thing alive. You know how the Raiders have like the black hole section in their stadium? Well, this stadium could have Area 51, where like, you know, all these fans can show up and like dress up as aliens and stuff and going around partying, probing each other. And I think from a theming perspective, it would work really well for like a stadium atmosphere. You could have an alien greeting you in the parking area that says like "Welcome Earthlings" or something like that. For all the food you get like the abducted cow burger or the Milky Way shake. You could have a bar that's named the Space Bar. Your security guards could literally be the Men in Black. And you could have like alien crops everywhere, you know how like in Farmers they have those signs and stuff. You could have that in the stadium. Think about all the aliens in pop culture you can do. Like the Xenomorphs could be running around with E.T. The Toy Story aliens could be selling White Claws because they love the claw. And if we're talking puns, let's think about that. It Came from Outer DC, Invasion of the Ball Snatchers, and if they're having a bad season, it could be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So for the next theme, I'm not gonna lie, I think it's pretty dynamite. Next up, we have the DC Dinosaurs. You could have the T-Rex inflatable doll as your mascot running around, and then like if you were trying to get your kid into football, a dinosaur football team is the way to do it. And if you're like the organization, think about it from a merchandising standpoint. Like you could sell so much dinosaur toys. If I was younger and there was a dinosaur football team, I would have bought in like everything in the shop, like no question. So imagine this, you're like walking into the stadium and you just see like dinosaur skeletons everywhere, like in a museum or something. Like that's pretty fun. And if you're like a little kid, maybe you have like an archaeology place where you like go and discover bones and stuff. Like if you're a parent, come on, that's gotta be fun. And then from like a theming standpoint, you could have like a bunch of palm fronds everywhere with like dinosaur sound effects going on throughout the stadium. I feel like that would make a very fun atmosphere. And then all the golf carts that drive around could be like Jurassic Park themed, like the Jeeps that drive around. Also, I found this online, which like, you know, may also be a suitable mascot. So you know when all the players are in the tunnel and they're sort of getting hyped for the game, you could have the Jurassic Park T-Rex stomp going on in the background, and then the T-Rex's roar is what sets everyone onto the field. Also, for like a hype video or something, you could have like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park going and eating the lawyer when like it's another team or something like that, you know? And then you could also bring back like this raptor meme or something, you know? The parking area could just be called Jurassic Park. I know Universal Studios does that already, but like, you know, we could borrow here. And if we're talking puns, you got like, oh, that route was a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Oh god, that's a bad pun. These guys' season is extinct. Oh, Jurassic Times comes for Jurassic Measures. Okay. Yeah. That's basically my pitch for the DC Dinosaurs. Anyways, guys, those are my ideas for what I want the Washington football team to adapt. I am interested to see where this goes because we haven't had a team update since like the Oilers becoming the Texans, and I'll leave that up to you if you thought that was a good rebrand or not. But, you know, the big thing to take away from this, don't be the Rubies or the Wayfarers. Goddamn, if you become the Wayfarers or Rubies, that will be terrible. Anyways, that's it for me today. I'll catch you all on the flippity flop.